Information station and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, we've got University of Illinois Extension Master Gardeners, both Linda Smith and Gwen Podesky joining us. To the both of you, good morning. How are we?
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Doing good on this and cold. I tell you, cold.
Well, you know, this has been a real shock to the system, considering about 3 weeks ago, I was still wearing shorts.
Yes.
to go out and work in the yard.
And we were talking about, waking up at, maybe 6 to 8 a.m. to, hey, stay out of the sun. And today,
exactly.
it's like, just stay away from
just
weather.
give me the sun. Just
Yes.
please put me in the sun.
Anything but what we've got going on today. But we'll get to some of that and more. But we want to start with just, the last month or so and some things that have been going on with you guys.
Okay.
One of those big things was that taste of extension. So I'm wondering how that went from your guys' end. So
Yes. Well, actually, I think the Master Gardeners had a majority of the programs that were offered that night. We had an herb identification, come in and see if you have any idea what these herbs are
And
in
we
the
had
live
like 16 of them, I think.
Yeah.
16 herbs.
Yeah.
So people really.
Right. And then I did a pumpkin matching thing. What is the name of this pumpkin? And they also did an opportunity for people to decorate a pumpkin, maybe for Thanksgiving, getting it ready for the holiday season. And some of those turned out absolutely beautiful, but they added grasses and flowers and straw flowers and all that kind of thing to them. So that was really neat. And then they had an opportunity for people to learn how to plant plants. If they've never done that before, what kind of soil to use, how much to water a certain plant. And then there was a group that made, believe it or not, macrame plant hangers.
That puts me back to
the 70s.
my college dorm room, Linda.
Exactly. And I actually made a bunch of those when I was in college and maybe even high school. And I put them in my barn. And now I'm using them to hang pumpkins with.
Oh, that's a great idea. I never thought about
Yeah.
doing that. But, now that you say that, I visited your pumpkin barn, and it's really a cool way to kind of.
Yeah, to display them.
display
So
them.
anybody can do that, but they made these macrame hangers to put the plants in. And so we had a really nice evening, and it was educational. It was fun. And a lot of people came to, the idea was a taste of extension, just to see what kinds of programs extension offers. So we always like to get new master gardeners. So if you're at all interested in becoming one, you can call the extension office and we can arrange for you to take one of the classes to get set up to do that.
I do have I just took a picture of it before I got here. The upcoming classes for 2026, there is a hybrid class, which will include live classes down in Hillsboro, I believe.
Yes.
And that will go from February 3rd to April 14th.
Okay.
So you could contact them and get arrangements made to sign up for that. And then the other one that they have listed for 2026 looks like summer online classes from June 8th to August 30th, and hybrid classes again from September 8th to November 24th of 20. So there are going to be 3 opportunities this year for folks to take Master Garden or classes.
Okay.
So that's something that they may want to call and check out.
Right.
And we'll try to keep those dates kind of refresh those every time we're here.
Right.
Yes, we'll definitely
Right.
work to keep those top of mind, no doubt about it. But the taste of the extension was a good deal. All in all, everybody was happy leaving there.
Yes.
I think
And
so. They
all
left
got
with
to
some
take
left with
things
beautiful
with-
pumpkins,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
gave away some lavender.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
plants at the and one of the things that I think people got the biggest kick out of, or I got the biggest kick out of, I had rue, which is a very old-fashioned herb. It was used in the floor rushes to repel fleas, and when you smell it, you can
Yes,
understand how it would
Why?
repel almost anybody.
Not an attractive smell.
No,
No.
it's very bitter. It's a very bitter herb.
Hmm.
So it was really something that people were surprised about.
Yeah, I bet.
Right.
But it goes
right.
back to that with that herbal experience. It was more or less like, we'll show you some aromatic ones. We'll show you culinary ones. We'll also show you ones that maybe are just
And use, you use lavender in a pillow can help you sleep. It will refresh put lavender sachets in the drawers, your clothing drawers and things. So there's all kinds of reasons to use herbs.
Yeah.
That
Right.
Well, because you'd even mentioned to me, I think comfrey, was that what it was
comfrey,
called?
and that one was one that confused. I was going to let you know that one confused everybody. It's a big leaf, big fuzzy leaf, and they use it for staunching wounds, like staunching the blood in wounds and stuff. So it's a big leaf, and everybody was confused by that one.
Well, when you
I
said
thought
it,
about you. I thought, oh, I wish Grayson was here.
I was going to say, when you said it, I was like, I have never heard of that old world herb, I guess, as it was told to me, but I'm glad to hear that it went so well. I think there was like pumpkin, what is this?
That was the
pumpkin?
matching one, and that was, Linda had some real puzzlers there.
And then we got to put them all together, a little decorative display, and then go home with them too.
Right. Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Right.
So Taste of the Extension was a good deal. And then you mentioned those classes in 2026 geared towards master gardeners or maybe even becoming one.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And of course, we will, over the course of time, be
Mhm.
peppering those in and letting you know of those as well. But that wasn't the only thing you guys had going on in the last month or so. There was something else you wanted to talk to me about.
Right. We had a photography workshop at the Lakeland Community College computer lab down in Pana. And Mary Caitlin Photography, Mary Davis taught that program and did a really wonderful job, I thought, of helping people through editing photos and what you can do with some new programs out there to edit photos with, as well as, storing your photos. And that was the whole idea, because once you take your pictures, then you get them, they're on your phone. What do you do with them then? And
how do you find the one you really want to see?
The one you want to see. And, typically when you take pictures, they just go to your photo gallery on your phone, and they may never be seen again. But if you do want to do something with them, we heard one of our former extension employees one time said, if you think you take and all these pictures that you see everywhere are the first pictures that came out of the camera, you are sorely mistaken, because the editing that goes into those pictures once they get it in their phone is a lengthy process to get it to where you see it on a wall framed and ready to go. So that was comforting to a lot of people, because you think, I got to take the perfect picture, and no, you don't have to take a perfect picture. But it was a good opportunity. And we followed last year's on-site photography class at Linda Cahias's just outside of Pana with this program this fall that will help people, know what to do with their pictures. So at that program, several people wanted to go back to how do you take a good photo of plants, of people and plants, of, scenery, landscapes, those kinds of things. So we probably will do that next spring. So we'll start planning something, for that, and keep people informed of because those are really some of the most popular programs, because everybody loves to take pictures now with the phones because they're so accurate, they're so good, and have all the settings on them, or not all the settings, but many that the 35 millimeter cameras have, digital photography.
Right. So and it's always good with plant photography, especially. You think this is an easy thing to do, and it's not. You get your shadows in there, you get your feet in there, you take it against the sun, you take it behind the sun. It's all, it's a learning process to just get good shots of timing
during the day can be very tricky. Right. And we always have the golden hours when you take pictures that you get the best results, and that's just before dusk at night. And I would say 6:30 to 7:30, but now that the time's changed, you can't do it at 6:30. So you just have to do it about an hour before dusk, and they're
you have to get up before, because there are plants, like I know with some of the summer bloomers like daylilies, by 5 o'clock they're usually shot. They've usually kind of cooked in the sun and the heat. So yeah, there's that other golden hour that none of us like to talk
We don't-
about.
right.
So it depends, on the plant that you're trying to take a photo of. But you
Uh-huh.
mentioned that there was a course already about taking the best photo.
Yes,
Then
and
this
we're-
time around, we're like, how do we edit some of those best photos that
And
we
store
took?
them, right? And now we're going to go back to, now these folks want to learn again a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
But you mentioned a good piece in there about the fact that the photos you're seeing online are not the final form of the photo, or they're not like, here's my iPhone, I took it
Right.
and it's sent to the
Mhm.
world. That's
Right.
not how this goes.
Yeah.
Not generally.
No, not
Right.
usually. I mean, I think sometimes people get lucky and somebody, buys their photo. There's one of my screensaver shots on my home computer, and I'm like, I wish that guy had left that hiking bag or whatever the heck it was out of that photo. But yeah.
And you just like Lightroom and Adobe Illustrator,
Illus-
things like that. I mean, there's so much that you
Mhm.
can
Right.
do to just color grade it or change. I mean, you can make it a completely different photo
Sure.
in no time flat. So
Right.
a cool little course that took place here recently on top of the Taste of the Extension that Master Gardeners and others with the University of Illinois Extension held. We're already done with this first segment, but we've got more to talk about when we come back around, namely how cold it was this morning and the fact that
That's the end.
yeah, that's it. That's all
That's
you
it.
really should
That's
say.
the end for the growing season
That
for
is
sure.
it. Gwen Podesky, Linda Smith, Master Gardeners with the University of Illinois Extension joining us here. We'll be right back around with them on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.
At SIU Center for Family Medicine in Taylorville, our team makes it easy to get your flu shot and protect the people you care about most. No long waits, no hassle, just expert care close to home. Book your flu shot today by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Stay healthy this season with SIU Medicine. Forward for you.
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
Hi, I am Vonna Crowder, the Vice President of the Christian County Genealogy Society. We work year-round to preserve the history of the people of this county. Our nonprofit organization has programs throughout the year, family research days, and a cemetery walk. Our library is newly expanded and remodeled, so come and browse at the Pence Building on the Historical Society grounds. We are open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and have a Saturday volunteer to help you with your family questions. If you want to have hope for the future, you need to stand on the shoulders of the past.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Nicole Patrick here, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Lady Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the ILSportswire.com Taylorville Lady Tornadoes Player of the Game this school year. At the end of each game, a Lady Tornado will be selected to receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game, and they'll be featured in a highlighted reel on the ILSportswire.com social media platforms. Best of luck to all the girls' teams this season, and go Lady Tornadoes!
Your Christian County Health Department at 730 North Pawnee, across from Taylorville Junior High School, has both COVID and flu vaccines available, and both high-dose and regular dose flu vaccines are in stock. Get both the COVID and flu vaccine shots at the same time, and there are a handful of RSV vaccines available. Call the Christian County Health Department now for your appointment at 217-824-4113. That's 824-4113. Your Christian County Health Department is always working for a healthier future.
Carl Krumsick here from Krumsick Monument Company in Taylorville, Illinois. Find out the many services we provide by clicking our icon on the obituaries page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Blaine Cornwell with Prairie State Insurance. To learn more about our products and services, click our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us back around in this segment, University of Illinois Extension Master Gardeners, both Gwen Podesky and Linda Smith. Now, Gwen and Linda have both sent us a picture. We're going to see if we can't tune in first here to Gwen's picture for those that are watching, and for those that aren't or on the radio with us, we've got a ginkgo tree that we're showing. Linda, tell us, or excuse me, Gwen, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, the ginkgo tree and I have a, love-hate relationship over there. And most years it does exactly this. You'll get one cold night and it will lose all of its leaves, still green, in one day or one morning. And that's what's going on as we speak. So you can sort of see, I mean, they were ready to turn. About 2 more days of warmer weather, and I would have had a yellow ginkgo tree. And the upside of that is it's beautiful. And the downside is when they fall green like this, those things are so heavy. You cannot fill a brute trash barrel with them and pick it up.
Oof.
They are that heavy because they've still got all their chlorophyll and all their water.
And they've just fallen right on.
And they just fall like that. They just, it's the sweet spot is about 27, 28 degrees. Below that, it's all over.
So we just met your threshold there.
We just met the and probably the threshold for a lot of things that folks might have been sort of teasing along and like we were talking about mums and things. So yeah, we met that threshold last night.
But the good thing is they all come down at once.
Right.
You don't have to look up in the tree and wonder when the rest of them are going to come down so you can rake them up because they're all down.
Yeah, because the tree we call Mama's tree in the backyard that my daughter planted, she'll lose those leaves few at a time over the next 2 weeks, and it'll just be enough to aggravate you.
And it's like, I got the rake out, and then I got to get the rake out again. Okay. Well, I see or
the mulching lawnmower.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're finding silver linings here, and hopefully Gwen can get the rake out quick enough so they're not blowing all over the neighborhood. But maybe I don't know.
But who cares, right?
Yeah. Leaves are leaves. You don't know where they.
The wind could help me a lot here.
But you do know where a ginkgo came from because there aren't many in that neighborhood. There aren't many around anyway. So
So as long as you're maybe a master gardener, maybe if you're not, maybe you can get away with it. But master gardeners probably know what ginkgo tree that probably fell out of. So Gwen's picture there. That is a look at it.
There is another one on Webster Street, just so you know.
Just so she gets herself a second there. And for you, Linda, you had sent us a picture of a Thanksgiving cactus. I'm going to work to get that up for those that are watching with us along today. What can you tell us about that Thanksgiving cactus you'd sent over?
Well, ironically, there are multiple cacti like these, and some are Thanksgiving, some are Christmas, and there are Easter cactuses, and they all tend to bloom around those holidays. So we're getting close to Thanksgiving. The picture I sent you is a Thanksgiving cactus, and it will probably, last year it continued to bloom until Easter.
Okay.
And so there's no real rhyme or reason for that, but it's beautiful to see blooms this time of year inside your house. It just, brightens up the spot, brightens up your home, and you get to look at something pretty inside.
Right. And the thing is sometimes you'll see these right now in the grocery stores or the box stores, and they'll call them Christmas cactus. But if they're blooming right now, they're Easter. I mean, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They're Thanksgiving cactus. And the Christmas ones will truly bloom more at the Christmas date. And the other difference between the two, the leaves on a Thanksgiving cactus like Linda's are pointy, and the Christmas cactuses are smooth around the edges. So, and those, at least you were saying too, I've got a red one from our fellow master gardener, Sandy Klein, and it hasn't even set buds yet. My Thanksgiving one has set buds and has one flower on it.
Okay.
But mine is like Linda's. It bloomed last year periodically for every holiday. It was like, okay, it's Valentine's. I got to shoot out a couple more flowers here.
That's a nice deal, I guess.
I guess.
But you
I don't
mentioned
know.
that pop of color, and that is a nice little thing. So that picture there for those watching with us. But we are just about out of time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, let's listeners know if they've got a white Christmas cactus, give us a call.
Okay.
We're
There
looking
you
for
go.
one.
We're
Looking
looking.
for
We're
a
on the
special
lookout.
piece. I gotcha.
On the lookout.
Gwen Podesky, Linda Smith, they might be on the lookout for either ginkgo trees and leaves or maybe Christmas cactuses, maybe Thanksgiving ones, or maybe white ones too. If you can find it, help them out. But University of Illinois Extension Master Gardeners joining us here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Same-sex marriage